For over 6 years, Tina Satchwell was missing. No body, no trace, and her husband, Richard, swore she'd just left. But when her remains were discovered buried under the stairs of their own home, he was arrested and charged with murder. Now, in a stunning twist during the ongoing trial, Richard Satchwell has broken his silence. He claims Tina's death was an accident, that she attacked him with a chisel, and that he only acted in self-defense, unintentionally strangling her with her own dressing gown belt. A twist no one expected, and a story that's being torn apart in court. In court, Richard Satchwell gave his long-awaited version of what happened the day Tina disappeared, and it stunned everyone. According to Richard, the day Tina died began with an argument. He claims Tina accused him of interfering with her belongings and that she became violent, allegedly attacking him with a chisel. He says that in the heat of the moment, during what he describes as a physical struggle, he instinctively grabbed for something and ended up with the dressing gown belt in his hands. Richard says he used the belt to defend himself and that Tina collapsed during the struggle. He told the court he panicked, realized she was unresponsive, and in a state of shock decided to hide her body instead of calling for help. He said he placed Tina's body in a freezer, then later buried her under the stairs, sealing the area with concrete and tiles where she remained for over 6 years. But as powerful as the story sounds, one question dominates the courtroom. Does the evidence support it, or is this just another calculated move? When Tina's remains were uncovered beneath the stairs, one detail stood out immediately to forensic experts: a dressing gown belt wrapped around her remains. At the time, investigators suspected it might have been used to move or restrain Tina's body, possibly even used in the act of killing her. Now, in court, Richard claims this very belt was involved in what he says was an accidental death. He told the jury that he grabbed it during the struggle, wrapped it around Tina in self-defense, and never meant to cause her harm. But the prosecution isn't buying it. They argue the placement of the belt and the deliberate concealment of the body suggest intent, not panic. They also point out that hiding the body for years doesn't align with someone who simply made a tragic mistake. So the belt, once just a piece of fabric, is now a key to the truth. Was it a desperate tool or a murder weapon? Just days after Tina disappeared in 2017, her cousin Sarah Howard received an unexpected offer from Richard Satchwell. He asked if she wanted a chest freezer. At the time, it seemed odd, even inappropriate. But no one imagined what that freezer might have held. Now, during the trial, that moment has taken on horrifying new meaning. Sarah told the court she believes it's the same freezer Richard used to store Tina's body before eventually burying her under the stairs. Her testimony added chilling weight to the prosecution's case, showing that Richard wasn't just panicked, he was thinking ahead, trying to dispose of evidence quietly, strategically. The freezer offer isn't just a creepy anecdote anymore, it's a potential link in a cover-up. On the witness stand, Lorraine Howard, Tina's half-sister, didn't hold back. She described Richard Satchwell as controlling, possessive, and emotionally suffocating. She testified that he referred to Tina as his trophy wife, a disturbing term that suggested ownership rather than love. Lorraine also told the court that Tina often felt watched, monitored, and unable to make decisions without Richard's input. According to her, Tina had become emotionally drained in the relationship and was thinking seriously about leaving him for good. These insights added a crucial layer to the prosecution's theory that this wasn't a sudden, panicked accident, but a long-standing pattern of control that escalated into something far darker. More than one witness said the same thing. Richard didn't just lie, he crafted a story. Tina's family members testified that Richard worked hard to control the narrative from the start. He told them she'd left on her own. He claimed she took her passport, cash, and walked away. And for years, they believed him. But now they say they see the full picture, that Richard spent 6 years manipulating the media, misleading investigators, and emotionally isolating Tina long before she disappeared. The prosecution argues that this wasn't just a man panicking after an accident, it was a calculated campaign to bury the truth, just like he buried her body. And with each new testimony, the jury is being asked, was this grief or guilt? When Richard Satchwell took the stand and claimed Tina's death was an accident, Ireland listened, but few were convinced. The public response has been strong and emotional. On social media, many have called the story convenient, too little, too late, or a desperate defense. People who followed the case from the beginning feel betrayed. They remember the press interviews, the staged sorrow, the years Richard said he believed Tina was still alive. Now, after 6 years of silence and a body hidden in his house, his story is changing and the timing feels suspicious to many. For the public, the question isn't just whether he did it. It's whether this latest version of the truth is just another manipulation. As the trial moves forward, all eyes are on the final witnesses and the verdict that could come any day now. The court is expected to hear closing arguments soon, as both the prosecution and defense prepare to present their final versions of the truth. Legal analysts are watching closely to see if Richard Satchwell will be cross-examined further, or if new forensic experts will be brought in to clarify the timeline of Tina's death and burial. Jury deliberations could begin within the next 1 to 2 weeks, meaning a decision may arrive by early June 2025. For Tina's family, justice has taken years. But in this final stage, the truth, however painful, is finally surfacing. For over 6 years, Tina Satchwell's story was hidden beneath lies, silence, and concrete. Now in court, her voice is finally being heard through the evidence, through her family, and through the truth that's been buried far too long. What do you believe? Was this really an accident? Or is Richard Satchwell trying to rewrite the ending to a story he already wrote? Let us know in the comments. We read every one. Don't forget to subscribe for the next update as this case reaches its final verdict. Hit the bell so you don't miss the moment justice is served. And share this video to help keep Tina's memory alive and the facts front and center.